Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or whenever it is that you're listening to this. This is Mr. McKinnon with a tour of our entire learning space. Welcome to EWC4U, the Writer's Craft. I am Mr. McKinnon, MacKinnon. I'm here to give you a tour today of this page. The menu bar at the top has buttons, menus, which we'll talk about second. First, I would like to talk about the overall page. At the top, you have the news feed, and the news feed I hope you will check on a daily basis, because there will be things there that are the most up-to-date information. Here's the information from last week, which tells me I better get going on my orientation course. Hopefully all of you have completed it. If you have, you should have received a congratulatory email from me by now. Okay? So that's the news feed. Check it on a daily basis. Time. Okay? The calendar. The calendar here gives you a list view, or if you click the calendar button, it will also give you a monthly view or weekly view, depending on what you like. Okay? I will try to lay in a week at a time. Okay? Here's Monday. Right? If I look at Monday, it gives me a view of all of those things which are going on the day. Let's actually go back to month view. So I'll lay in about a week at a time. One thing you need to check for is, although this looks like a lot of things, this is actually the same discussion thread which runs all through the week. Right? It will close on Saturday at midnight. Then comes the drop box where you put your assignment, and here it's open from Thursday until Saturday at midnight. Make sure that you don't miss the window of opportunity. This first week is just a test that we can get all this thing to happen. Okay? So this is the calendar. You'll want to make sure you keep up with the course. We're allowed to do flexibility, but there is a window of opportunity which will close. That's the calendar. Over here we have video, and with regularity I hope to post appropriate videos, things that will help you to keep up with the course, and also to tune into the basic themes.
I've talked to a lot of young writers, and what I typically say to them is that there are three things you have to do.
So if you're a young writer, listen to Rick Riordan talk about what it means to talk to young writers. So I'm exiting my full screen. There we go. All right, so I will post video, and I hope to keep it fresh for you. Then comes the content browser, and this is where you would find all of the course information, module by module, unit by unit. I have only published a certain amount of the course at a time. Don't want to scare you off. I did, however, publish the culminating task, the writer's portfolio, and final exam. Check to see that it says that it's 20% of your culminating is your portfolio, and 10% will be a final exam. That's the content browser. Below that, I will post from time to time reminders. So here's a description of the entire first module, just to give you an overview. So if you are wondering how much you have to do, check right there. It lays it out by discussions and by Dropbox assignments, and with suggestions for the amount of time. Okay? The first module is 20 hours. That's 4 weeks. Beneath that, here's a short poster. In responses, and responses to posts are really important because that's how I will be able to evaluate your thinking and inquiry in this course. When you read a discussion post and need to respond, if you say, hey, that was great, then you're not really giving somebody feedback that they can use. However, if you use one of these prompts, continue the sentence, I notice, I think, I wonder, this reminds me of, it's much more likely to create depth in your responses and a much more interesting discussion overall. So I will post reminders and extra tools in this little box right here. Okay? To get in touch with me quickly, I will have office hours, which I'll post. Here's last week's. Check that I've posted this week's office hours. If you need to page me or let me know or send me an email that you wish responded to quickly, check the office hours to make sure that I am available. Below that is a place where I will keep or I will put video that we will use during each of the units. So during the introduction, if I ask you to look at a video, this is where you will find them. Okay? At the very bottom is something you don't really need to know, but I'm just going to let you know that I can switch my role between teacher and student. Okay? Usually I look at things as a teacher, but for today and from time to time I need to see things as you see them. So I can change my role to student, and then I can go in and look at things, right? Make sure that we're on the same page. Okay, back up to the top are the buttons, which are the pull-down menus for various tools for the course. Here's assessment, the drop boxes where you put your assignments. The grades tool I may or may not use, I haven't decided yet, and you may find rubrics attached, or you may not. They may be attached to the assignments. I'm still working on that part. If there's a quiz, say for the unit, this is where you would do it. Checklists. Checklists will become more and more important. Those are to make sure that you've got things done. Formatively, for formative assessment, I can look to see that you've got a checklist completed. I might even attach the culminating task for the unit to the completion of a checklist, which would make sure that you did it. Tools for the class include things like attendance, the class list, so you can easily contact other members of the course, shortcuts to the content page. Eventually you'll be assigned to groups, and you can also assign yourself groups for the purposes of communication and editing. And finally, this user progress button, which tells me how much time you've spent online and which of the activities you've completed. For communication, we're going to get started with a blog tool probably next week, and then this is a chat room, a general chat room. Discussions, this takes you right to the specific discussions that we are for each unit and assignment. Email to get in touch with me. News to check the news feed immediately. And a pager, which will page me or someone else in the course. Right? The course home button takes us back to this page. And eventually groups will become useful when the groups are assigned. And then finally, the live room, which if you've already done the orientation course, and you logged in as you were supposed to and check out the Adobe Connect, I hope to set some of those up for us from time to time, or even if you just need to talk to me, maybe we can set it up just as us. So we would set up a live room and then have our discussion. So that's the general overview of our learning space. This is Mr. McKinnon saying I'm very excited to be teaching this course again, and I'm really looking forward to reading all of your amazing writing.